The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Oh, how do I get that off there? There, boom. Now we're good. We're all good. Hey, everybody.
Are you good?
Yeah, welcome to Liquid Lunch.
Are you sure we're good?
We're goodish.
Good.
Yeah, welcome
Hey.
to Liquid Lunch. Welcome to Texas's live midday craft beer show. Now on a Monday, now the second Monday, so it's like old hat.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta close this thing because it's too. I'm green. I'm green with envy.
Yes, you're very green right now.
I'm all green. Oh, that didn't work.
It comes the.
There we go.
Oh man, I should have pulled up your shot first.
Nah, it's all good.
You were looking a little sickly there.
Yeah, no, I'm all good now.
Feeling a little green.
Ooh, I'm feeling good now. Feeling so good. Feeling so good. Feels so right to have everybody with us on a Monday. Hope everybody's weekend was great. Oh, it's a holiday.
Yes.
Long weekend for most people.
It's a
some
holiday
people.
for most of our viewers.
Is it?
Not a particular viewer in the country of merry old England.
Oh, Mercy Beers. I'm
Probably
pulling up my chats now.
Yes, Adam, you're probably not celebrating Martin Luther King Day, but then again, I don't know.
Well, as like an official holiday.
Yeah, you probably have to work today.
Yeah. Well, I have to work today.
I do too.
Yeah.
But we work in business where you don't get holidays.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
No. The beer the beer streaming show business.
Yeah.
There's no holidays.
No, there's no break. Yeah. Well, except for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's.
4th of July.
Yeah.
And
They're,
anytime we're just kind of not feeling it.
yeah.
But other than that.
Yeah. Other than that.
Other than that.
I have to. Josh.
What? Uh-huh. Oh, yes. So everybody,
Did you get the signal?
I did. Thanks.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Let's see if I think.
Oh, Adam's still working. Boo.
Yeah. No, we are. It's fine. Everybody works. It's good. See if I do this right. I'm probably gonna mess it up. I apologize if I do.
That's
Hold on.
okay.
Let me do this in case.
That's okay.
In case it does a thing. I don't know what I'm about to do. Oh, let me turn that off. Hold on. I'm new to this. No, that wasn't it. I don't know what I'm doing. Is it the key? No, it's not that. Hold on. I'll figure it out.
You realize the same exact thing happened last week, and I had to end up putting the bug in.
Yeah, but I can do it this time. Hold on.
I knew there was going to be something.
It's going to definitely be something.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Oh, well, congratulations, Jeffrey. Jeffrey is off today.
Oh, good.
Enjoy your.
That's not it either.
Enjoy an MLK beer.
What is an MLK beer?
It's any beer you drink on MLK Day.
Oh, yeah.
So we're about to enjoy some MLK beers.
Maybe this is it?
Oh, you're still trying?
That's not it. That's the
Okay.
whole thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Maybe you do it. No, that's not it. Okay, you do it.
Okay. Thank you.
No, that's just you. That's a different camera altogether. Sorry.
Well,
I'll do that. Sorry.
that's okay.
That's fine. I did it.
You did.
No, that's you.
That's
have a-
me.
with the clock.
It's me because
It's better with the clock anyway.
You know it's me because I have the clock on. Yes, but when you put the bug in, we get a nice clean record without the bug.
Oh.
So in case
Hold on, let me figure
in case
it.
we go, no, let's move on.
All right.
Let's move on.
I'll figure it out.
How was your weekend, sir?
So far, it's been great. Technically, it doesn't end until 4 o'clock.
Okay.
This isn't work. This is free play.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, you want to hear a weekend wrap up? Here's a weekend wrap up.
Does it involve yard work?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Then yes, I want to hear it.
Let's see. The weekend.
Does it involve gymnastics tournaments?
Well, they're not called tournaments. They're called meets, but
Okay.
not this weekend.
Okay.
We had one last weekend. We have one coming up this weekend on Friday.
Okay.
This weekend was all basketball,
Oh.
and we had a couple games on Friday night, which I didn't get to attend.
So
But we had a couple games on Saturday. One of the games on Friday night was an overtime loss, like heartbreaking loss. Which was
basketball?
Yeah, the Mystics. The Mystics lost on Friday night, but then they regrouped, came back, and had another tough game on Saturday morning. So it's a quick turnaround, overtime victory to redeem themselves, and it was a really exciting game. Everybody's getting into it, jumping around and everything. So the Mystics won. The Storm, they lost their game, but it was a matchup with our really good friends, and so afterward we went out to eat barbecue and drink beers in the sun. It was great.
Yeah, don't you think the basketball players are a little too young to be out there drinking beers?
I said we as in parents.
Yeah.
The kids watched. They drank. They had Shirley Temples, actually.
Okay.
So we went to a place called Papa Charlie's,
Okay.
also called it's got another name. They have music out there outside over here in Cypress. It's a pretty good little spot, pretty good barbecue spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was in Texas Monthly as a place to eat barbecue. I don't know where it ranked.
I
Had brisket tacos.
I recently went to Murdoch's with my parents. Met them.
Yeah, you let me know like 10 minutes before you got there. I was busy cooking. I would have joined you because I enjoy your parents immensely.
Have you been there lately?
Yeah.
Have you seen the size of the cocks?
They're very large.
They're huge cocks there.
Yeah, don't grab them though.
No, they're running around the yard and stuff,
Yeah.
and they look like turkeys.
Yeah, they're big. Big cocks.
Yeah, humongous. They they don't lay
And
eggs.
aggressive.
So they're not chickens.
No.
So they're, I mean,
Yeah. They're super aggressive.
Yeah.
Like if you grabbed them with both hands, peck you.
yeah.
They just get pecked all day long.
The cats that live there are scared of those things.
They should be.
Yeah,
Those cocks are twice the size of those cats.
Yeah, I mean, I could say something right now but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it clean.
Yeah. No, but the cats are nice.
But the cocks were a new addition since last time I'd been there.
Oh yeah, no, they've been Murdoch's underrated, not underrated, just quietly one of the best places to have beers in all of the Houston area.
Yeah, just so if anybody's considering Murdoch's, Wednesdays buy one get one free signature burgers there.
And their signature burgers are
Yeah.
incredibly good.
Yes.
Not a sponsor of the show, but
Not a sponsor of the show,
I think
but
I've sponsored them.
yeah,
And-
I give them my money every time I
Diet Killers. It's a diet killer place.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
They make all their own sauces, all their own sausages.
They make
everything.
their own ketchup.
Everything is in-house condiments, all handmade.
It's the ketchup without all the preservatives and sugar that normally go in ketchup. It tastes completely different when they don't have all that stuff.
Yeah. No. It's good stuff. Good stuff. What did I have last time I was out there? I had what did I have? I don't remember now. They have all kinds of great burgers. They have sausages.
Taco Thursdays, I believe.
Yeah, Taco Thursdays.
Yeah.
Fantastic beer selection. Like, fantastic.
Yeah, that's what brought me to Murdoch's the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you told me, hey, they got this great beer selection.
And you probably scoffed.
Yeah,
But it's
I
one of
did,
the best.
especially since it's out here in this part of town.
Right. It's an old house. It's
Yeah.
kind of there, and they turned it into this oasis of craft beer and fun. And the outdoor area, like you can sit inside if you really want to, and you're right by the bar if you do.
Yeah.
But the best time is to go like today for lunch would be perfect. Are they open on Mondays? I think so.
I don't know.
Let's find out. But today, with the weather as it is, to go sit outside in the sun, properly socially distanced, and you can even socially distance your kids over to the play area if you have smaller children.
Yeah. Don't let them play with the cocks.
No, sometimes they have goats.
They do goat yoga and stuff there.
So
Adam is going. We're about to do something, Adam, and he said he might be joining us.
what?
We're gonna do something. Remember, he's in the middle of moist January.
Oh, right.
Yeah, one day a week. But I think he's gonna. I think
Why
he's
is my
planning
chat
on-
not coming up?
I don't know. I get the chat perfect.
I'm trying to figure out where my chat is. I gotta find my chat.
Is chicken the term chicken? Is that unisex? Is it hen and rooster, and both
Yeah.
are considered chickens?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're what do you call it? Poultry.
Well, I mean,
Is that just considered the meat, like poultry and beef? But you're raising beef cattle as opposed to milking cows. Now we're getting into like things I don't fully understand.
yeah. Well, this whole talk about poultry and livestock and stuff is kind of making me thirsty.
Oh, I'm trying to find more of my chats. I want to chat with everybody. Okay, fine.
Open up Restream. You can see it all from there. Open up YouTube. You can see it all from there.
I'm trying, but I have a chat device thing that I wanted to watch, and it's just kind of sitting there. So I'm gonna close it.
Okay.
I'm gonna quit on it. Do we want to do the thing that we did?
Well, I mean, we're like damn near 10 minutes in, and
Yeah.
we've talked about nonsense so far.
Okay. Well, let's get rid of the nonsense. None of that now.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
So today on the show,
Oh, I forgot to call it
beer cam.
the beer cam.
You want me to talk while you do, or is that too late?
Uh,
Now I've got my chats.
Go ahead. And show everybody that lovely T-shirt you're wearing while you're
Oh
on.
yeah, this is a one of a kind.
It's not.
Well, it's two of a kind. It's one of a kind that I own. It's only the one kind I own. Kennedy walks in here every day with branded merch, but this is the only Liquid Lunch shirt I own, and I only wear it on special occasions because most of the time I just have to wait to see if Kennedy shows up wearing the same shirt. So that's a thing.
You took a chance today.
I did, but I was fully prepared to walk into the laundry room and get a different shirt. It's kind of my mentality now. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and put on this shirt. Because I always think, okay, if he's not wearing, I'll go change, but then I'm too lazy.
I changed my mind. I don't want to call that up.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jules. It is a great shirt. Now that I see the chat.
What chat thing are you watching? Because you're getting your chats way before it pops up on VMix social.
Yeah.
You get your chats before I'm getting my chats.
Yeah.
How are you streaming the chat? How are you monitoring the chats?
Restream chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm from the source. It's like I was watching a Kentucky bourbon documentary. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Kentucky Bourbon. I'm sure there's a subtitle to it. But anyway, when you get the first runnings from distilling, they actually call it beer. They take the beer because they basically ferment beer. They don't hop it. They just go through a mash basically, and then they let it ferment, right? And then they distill it. And that first running, that's called White Dog. White Dog, before they put it into barrels. But to be bourbon, it must be in new charred barrels. American oak charred barrels.
So if the barrel is nice and fresh, do they use fresh barrels?
It's a new barrel every
Yeah.
single time for bourbon.
barrels.
For bourbon.
Yeah.
To be bourbon,
Yeah.
must be new,
Yeah.
charred,
Yeah. So
yeah,
what
and
if
one
it's,
use only.
if it's not charred, like the wood's still a little green,
Yeah,
and they put the stuff in there?
yeah.
Would that be called raw dog?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay.
Anyway, right now all I'm seeing is Facebook. Has anybody else chatted on the YouTubes?
Oh yeah.
It looks like all I'm
Are
seeing
you
is-
you're getting the Mercy Beer chats?
No.
Oh, I don't know what you're monitoring, but I'm getting them. Are they not showing up? Are they not showing up on the restream?
I should be seeing it.
Yeah, they're showing up on restream.
Yeah. Well, all right. Anyway,
Um,
I should be seeing them. Nobody's chatted since. I do see that there are 6 people watching on Facebook and
so before we get into our beers,
nobody watching on the Twitters.
huge thank you to one Tom McMurray.
Yeah.
He lives in the Golden Triangle, so not too far from this brewery that we're about to feature today. But he gave me these beers a few weeks ago, and every week he's like, "Did you guys drink them yet? Did you drink them yet?"
Yeah.
So we're drinking them today. We would not be drinking these beers had he not muled them up here from the
the
Golden
way.
Triangle.
All the way.
All the way.
Did the map.
Yeah.
Should have saved it and sent it to you. But from my house, which is Northwest Houston, under 2 hours. So if you're over on the east side of town,
Yeah.
if you're over in Humble, if you're in
If you're in Channelview, it's real close.
Channelview,
Like Baytown?
League City,
Not League City.
kind of, sort of. It's, much closer.
I don't know.
Texas
about
City?
League City. Yeah, you're on the other side of the bay, though. League City and Texas City are other side of the bay.
Still closer than here, though.
Yeah, it's closer than here, but not nearly as close as like Channelview and East Downtown and Edo.
I don't think people call it Edo.
They don't.
People not in East Downtown. I don't think so. I think that's like touristy.
If you're out where one Jeffrey lives, he's real close. You can probably get there in about an hour.
Yeah, which is great. So from my house, it's an hour and 20, hour and 15 down to Galveston. It's not that much. Yeah, Jose says don't say Edo. There we go. Thank you, Jose, for making sure I'm seeing that. So what did we get from the great Buxton?
We got Buxton Brewing Company, not to be confused with Buckskin, but Buxton.
Easy
So,
breezy.
this is their Easy Breeze. They've got their blonde ale. The Mute. It's a Saison.
They have a cool logo.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's a pug with antlers.
Let's see if it focuses. There we go. Yeah. This one particular, the Mute, won a gold medal in the U.S.
Beer open.
Beer Open Championships. So this is a gold medal winner.
Mercy Beers says, don't be confused with Buxton Brewery. That's in the UK. I've heard of them.
Buxton.
B-U-X, like Bucks.
Yeah,
Ton.
Yeah, Buxton. Yeah.
Buxton.
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 Here's their Easy Breezy Blonde Ale, which won a silver medal in the U.S. Beer Open Championships.
Yep.
And we got a third one, just for the hell of it, called Soaked in Peach, which is a peach saison.
Cool. I guess we start with the blonde.
All right, we'll start with the blonde.
Start with the blonde.
Yeah.
We'll do this proper.
Okay.
What's the ABV on this one? Did it say on the logo? Did I see that?
It is, ABV on this one is 5.6.
Okay.
So I would say, yeah, right, well within the range of a normal blonde ale.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Well done blonde ale is always a pleasurable experience.
Mm-hmm. And it's a nice beer that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Buxton. Maybe we can get them on at some point.
I had every intention on reaching out to them.
Well, you know what I like?
Last week,
we should drink the
I
beers.
didn't.
We should drink the beers and not feel pressured to say super nice things because they're looking at it like, oh, these people are so nice.
Uh-huh.
We should channel our ultimate super snarky beer review selves.
I don't get. Yeah.
No, neither do I, but still. The way this was handed to me is, I'm going to have to take points off for the way it was handed to me.
Oh man, look at I got dirty fingernails.
Why do you have dirty fingernails?
Because I didn't clean my fingernails. Apparently.
What have you been doing? Have you homebrewing? You're
No,
digging into some hop gunk.
I've had a project I've been working on. So
That sounds adult.
yeah, I mentioned it last week.
Refinishing the furniture.
I'm refinishing an old cedar chest.
Okay, fun.
And
Fun. Oh, you know what? I did some manly stuff this weekend. I changed out some spark plugs on our minivan. You want to talk about adult?
You were doing good until you said minivan.
No, I'm doing great. That means I can continue to drive the minivan. That's a good beer. Mm-hmm. That is a no-fuss blonde ale that's just good. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing, flawed at all. It's just good. It's right?
Oh man, yeah, this is definitely. This one I see. You're outside, maybe. Oh, canoe trip. You're on a canoe.
Do we have to be in a canoe?
This is how I'm picturing myself.
I'd rather
right
be
now.
in a.
I'm in a canoe. I'm
Okay.
floating down the river.
Do you canoe often? I mean, now that they're not necessary, I know that
How-
back in
how
the day
much-
you did because that was the only mode of transportation.
What do you consider often? Like once every 2 years? Is that often?
Just to take your product to market.
Uh huh.
I thought that you had graduated to flat bottom boats, but that was a mistake on my behalf. I shouldn't have assumed. That was me watching too many bourbon documentaries.
This is good.
Did you know that
Real good.
used to bourbon is only comes from Kentucky, right? Mm-hmm. And they would take their flat bottom boats and they would go down the rivers down to New Orleans, right? But to get from Kentucky down to New Orleans and back was like a 9-month journey.
Yeah, I bet it was like a month to get there. No, it was probably like 2 weeks to get there. Then
It's much longer than that. Talking about before the steamboats.
yeah, just
Flat bottoms.
floating down the Mississippi. They could
Well-
probably get there in like 2 weeks.
Well, they're in East Kentucky, so they
Well,
got
I'm telling you why it's going to take 9 months. Let's just say, all right, let's say a month to get to New Orleans, and then they did about 3 or 4 months of partying,
Yeah.
and then it took them like 3 months to get back.
Well, yeah. What year is my minivan? Brock McRock wants to know. I don't.
Are you in the market for a minivan, Brock?
Everybody should be in the market for a minivan.
No,
You haven't
I'm
lived.
not in the market for a minivan, and I never have been, and I never will be.
I said the same thing one time when I was in my 20s, early
Yeah.
20s. Said I'll never drive a minivan. Lo and behold,
You
it was my
think-
second minivan. Our first minivan broke down, and we bought a new one.
I didn't learn your lesson, did you?
No, you need them. They're great. When you have a lot of kids. I have a lot of kids. I don't remember what year. 2012? I don't know.
Do you know make and model?
Mine? It's a Toyota Sienna. Very practical. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I don't remember the year. 12, I think, of 2012. Paid cash for it. It's all good. It's how you do it. If you're a real baller, you pay cash for your vehicles. You don't do those car payments. It's because I'm an adult and I drive a minivan. And I changed the spark plugs and said minivan.
Did he just said he had an 89 Astra van with a
Back when men were men.
Am I reading
Vans
that
were
right?
Vans.
A poon detector shield?
Yeah, because if you run into it, my parents had an Astro van. I remember those, like right when they were new. So they would have been like, was it '89? The silver ones. Was it? Yeah, I don't remember. The fact that you could change the front and back had different AC settings was pretty remarkable.
Oh, Adam's saying he.
Yeah, Jose, that's true. Paying cash for a minivan is gangsta. It is.
Well, the only way that you can make a minivan cool is if you pull out all the seats and put carpet on the wall and have like bean bags in there.
You know what we actually did? Kept all the seats in and then put in folding chairs in the back, so when we go to sporting events, we have someplace to sit. That is even more gangster.
Bean bags.
We like quadrupled the number of seats.
Bean bags, carpeted walls, and patchouli.
No,
That makes a minivan.
no, you need a full size if you're going that route. Mm-hmm. You need more. You need more room to stretch out.
We he said Jeff said his parents had a 89 Astro. Mm-hmm. Now back in the 80s, we had a regular van.
Like a full size.
Yes.
Chester Molester.
Sort of, yeah. It was blue and gray, and that's kind of what I learned to drive on.
Did it have
It sucked.
Did it have a ladder on the back
It didn't have a wait.
to get to the luggage rack?
I think it did.
The little 3-rung ladder.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. If you are going to carpet a van, it does have to be shag carpet for sure.
Yeah.
You do. You need to be able to roll around in it and feel
Yeah.
hugged like a dog.
And you can call it the shaggin' wagon.
the shag and wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe if you can get a wizard painted on the side, that's even better.
Wizards are cool, but if you're gonna paint a van on the side,
Lots of lightning fingers.
no. If you're painting a van on the side, definitely wolf. Wolf in a full moon.
Well, but if you can get
wolf
a wizard
Yeah. Wizards are cool.
with
but
a wolf at his feet, maybe 2 wolves. You know, like a wizard wolf. I don't know. And lightning.
yeah,
full moon, yeah.
yeah, definitely like full moon though.
Yeah, you need all that. And on a mountain. He's on like a rock setting, right? It's not just undisputed.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like a wolf
A horse on fire would be cool.
howling at the moon.
Yeah.
With like standing on a rock
Yeah.
that's above the forest below.
I mean, that's one direction. I like the wizard direction personally. But we were just having a long conversation about Lord of the Rings before this episode began.
And yeah, we
You want to hear something cool about Lord of the Rings? That doesn't involve like actual Lord of the
Hold
Rings.
on, let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Isn't everything about Lord of the Rings cool?
Yeah.
So you can never say you want to hear anything cool about it.
It's implied, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was okay.
Yeah.
I apologize. Anyway, I had a bet with my daughter. She, my youngest daughter, was like, "I'm not watching that. That's dorky," and because my other daughters are cool, and they were like, "Yeah, we're totally watching Lord of the Rings." And so we watched Lord of the Rings, and my oldest daughter's really into it. My
Yeah.
middle daughter's like, I'll just, whatever's fine. My youngest like, that's dorky, right?
Yeah, how much time difference between your youngest and your middle child?
About a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, but the personalities are
Yeah.
definitely that, birth order thing. It's spooky.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my youngest was like, "I bet you can't stay off your phone for a full 24 hours." I was
You?
like, "Yeah." I was like, "Of course I can."
I bet you can't stay off your phone for like 2 hours when you're awake. 2 waking hours.
What do you want to place that? What do you want to do with that bet? Because I went 24 like it was nothing.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Hold on. Did you poop at all that day?
Yeah,
You didn't.
I'm regular.
You didn't thumb through your phone while you were pooping.
Nope. 24 hours like it was nothing.
Okay.
Listen, I can kick it old school. I can grab a book. That's what I did. It's not like I grew up with a phone. I know how to survive without it. Like you know how to, like if the electricity goes out, you're like, no, this is just what we used to do. If plumbing goes away, you're like, yeah, no, we just go to a hole in the back. You know? The prequel to The Hobbit, actually, Amazon is doing a series. It's about, I think, young Aragorn, I believe, is where that era. So if he was 87 or whatever he said in the Lord of the Rings, then that was 60 years before that would have been The Hobbit. That would have been
Aragorn was 87?
something like that.
I
He's
thought-
one of the Dunedain.
I thought he was a normal human.
No, he's a Dunedain,
Oh,
blessed with long life.
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, he's going to be young Aragorn, like young Aragorn, because like 60, it was 60 years before for The Hobbit, and this is before The Hobbit, so this would have put it like young, like a kid.
Like,
he was raised by the elves.
Think about it. You lived in that realm.
Middle Earth. Actually, we are in Middle Earth technically.
Yeah, so you lived
That
in
was a
middle,
rumor.
you lived in Middle Earth, okay. You I mean if you're not getting like bad stuff happening to you from like orcs or dragons or something.
Right.
But think about it. You're a normal dude, a guy, and like everyone around you lives like 5 or 6 times longer than you.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Well, think about
dwarves live hundreds of years. The elves live like 1,000 years or something, and like the hobbits live a few hundred years.
No, they don't.
Huh?
No.
They don't
Hobbits live normal lives.
No.
Yes, Bilbo was celebrating his 111th birthday when he was drunk, remember?
Yeah.
And that was because the ring had extended his life. He had not aged a day at 111 when Gandalf walked in. You haven't aged a day. Come on now. Don't make me quote the movies, or the books. You haven't aged a day. Oh, Gandalf. And then, then the ring was taken away from him, given to Frodo, and then when they meet up again in Rivendell, he's super duper old.
I mean, I guess my point is
He lived about 115, and that's because he had the ring for 60 of those years.
I guess my point is,
Gollum was hundreds of years old,
well, yeah,
but he had the ring.
yeah.
He lived in a cave and ate fish. Raw fish.
and dead goblins.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anything in a pinch. I hear it tastes like Spam.
But my point is, I'd be pissed because like everyone else is like living hundreds and hundreds of years, and like
I mean, it is what it is.
I got like 80 in me.
Currently.
I got like 80 in me, and only maybe like 40 of those are good.
What? Why? What are you doing the rest of your time?
I don't know.
I think we're miscommunication here. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the bet.
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
Yeah, so,
without a phone.
killed 24 hours like it was nothing. Because it's like, I don't need my phone. It's a compulsion sometimes.
Did you
to
work
look
this
at.
day?
No. It was during the holiday break.
Okay.
All the time. It was after Christmas. Mm-hmm. We're just hanging out here at the house. I was like, all right, cool. No phone. I needed the break anyway. I'm on my phone. I'll admit I'm on my phone way too much. But, you grab a book, you're good to go. And I'm thinking about maybe taking a 24-hour sabbatical every week or so. It's great. Anyway, so the bet was if I could make it 24 hours, she had to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy with me.
Oh, wow.
And sit down and watch it and let me explain what was going on so she could understand.
So when you explain what's going on, do you like pause the movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Especially if it's your first time to really pay
No,
attention. And Jose, you are incorrect.
No.
She's watched. So we watch it's extended version or go home. Don't do theatrical version. Now that we have the extended version.
I mean, you don't want to sit down and do it all in one setting.
Actually, well, it depends. It depends. If you have the stamina, and Keenan and I, we did a Interbrews required drinking. We started talking about because we were talking about a beer that came out the same year, which was I think 60-minute IPA. First year 60-minute IPA came out was 2003. That was when Return of the King came out, right? And Return of the King won all the awards. It was one of the biggest movies of all time. And so, anyway, this got into this big Lord of the Rings discussion, and Keenan Zerling, does a feast where they do all the Hobbit meals and watch the movies. So you do breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, luncheon, dinner, supper, and dessert. And so you do all these meals with Hobbit and Middle Earth inspired fare, and you watch the movies.
Yes, Jose, you should give it another shot.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was the coolest thing about it is we watched Fellowship and The Two Towers, and she's really into it, even though she won't. She keeps asking questions. She made a reference the other day to it because I got mad at the dog. She goes, "You look like Bilbo when he wanted the ring." When he goes, "Rah!" Anyway, so she's into it, and once she gets through Return of the King, forget it. If you don't cry at the end of Return of the King,
yeah,
you
should say, okay, the bet should have been you have to watch the first 2 movies. Not the whole trilogy, just the first 2.
Why?
And then see if she's into it enough that she wants to watch.
Oh, I know it. She would have tried not to. She would have refused to watch the third one out of spite. Roadhouse is a quality film for sure. I just watched it again the other day.
Not with your kids.
No. Although an edited version would be hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what all you'd have to edit out. Like if you go violence and language and questionable content, it would be like a 10-minute movie.
So this beer we just poured, the beer I just poured,
Yeah.
the Mute. This is a gold medal award-winning beer.
And this is the
I'm going to
Saison?
talk real slow today.
Is this the Saison?
Yes, this is their Saison. I love me a good Saison.
Who doesn't? Quick poll question. Who doesn't love a Saison?
Wow.
I do have some Saison DuPont in there if we want to do a side-by-side, but yeah, we're going to just drink their beers.
This is, wow.
Instead of ripping out his throat. The cool thing about on Amazon, I got it on Prime. So you can, they have the, you can click the screen and then read like facts and trivia about the movie. It's pretty funny. That guy actually has a name. I forget his name. The guy that he rips his throat out with the earring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, when he tells Dalton that he used to, get to know people like him in prison. That's one of those lines where it's like, dude, this guy, they took him because potentially he knows martial arts, right? This guy's whipping around the pool cue. He's almost like, is he as good as Dalton? They're about the same size. We both thought they'd be bigger. But then he says that line, you're like, oh, this dude, they made him ultimately evil, There's no redeeming qualities. Anyway, yeah. But anyway, instead of ripping out his throat, spoiler alert, Jose, sorry, he just slaps his neck. Yeah, something like that. Or it's like the Die Hard, Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Remember the cable?
What? They said that?
Yeah, well, for the cable, the cable class.
Mr. Falcon?
Yeah, that's how they, and it's not even his voice. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. It's pretty funny.
What do they blur out the sweatshirt?
The sweatshirt.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking.
What do you
I have
think?
Machine Gun Ho Ho Ho. Never mind.
Oh,
I was mixing two things.
yeah, no, but no, they don't blur that out.
So getting back to Lord of the Rings, what beer would you like if you had to sit down and watch the entire trilogy?
If I got to, let's rephrase that. Your framing is off.
Like we're sitting down watching the whole trilogy, Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Okay.
And you only get one beer?
In one beer.
What style?
What would you drink?
Or what particular beer?
Yes, either or.
Well, that's a long span of time, so it would have to be something sessionable. Probably like an ESB.
I mean, you don't have to you don't have to watch it all in one day, but every time you sat down to watch it, you got one beer to drink.
I think something like an ESB.
Okay.
Yeah, something English for sure. A mild ESB. Mercy Beers, weigh in on this. You could go.
I think. Well, I mean, he did, and this is why I brought it up, because he was talking about the beer that suits Hobbit Day is barley wine.
For a celebration.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you're watching the movies, though, I'm thinking if you're sipping on barley wines, you're not getting off that couch after that trilogy's over, or
You're not making it through the trilogy.
even after the first one.
Yeah. No, I think if you're gonna, you want a mild or a ESB, something bready, something light, like as far as like alcohol content. You don't want to go above 5%, and you want something that goes with. I don't know, what food do you eat with Lord of the Rings? I mean, how do you make lambus bread? I don't know what's in lambus bread. I imagine it's a little sweet, right?
Yeah, definitely kind of something that would set you back to like the Middle Ages or something like that.
Yeah, cheese,
something
meat.
a beer that would that brings you back. So some kind of a historic type beer.
Yeah, well, yeah, like a mild, something smoky.
Yeah,
They have to have a little smoke. Back in the day, maybe no. Mead would be more Middle agesy.
yeah, mead would be a good choice, although technically not a beer, but
Right.
But mead's like another one that you're like sipping on one of those, and you're not getting up off the couch.
Even the driest of meads, it's too the honey flavor. I want something that's bready. I want ESB. I would go with like if I could pick any ESB. I mean, we've got some great local ones. We got Wicked Awesome from Eureka.
Yeah, and you know what about
Holler
another
Brewing
another ESB you're about to have?
from your ESP.
Yes.
Yeah, either one of those two.
This guy's ESB. I'm brewing one right now. As we we also talked about beer before the show, not just Lord of the Rings.
Mostly Lord of the Rings, though.
Yeah, mostly Lord of the Rings, but still.
This is a quick shameless, not even shameless, just a promotion. A few episodes back of Interbrews, I interviewed Dr. Louis Marcos. He he's a professor at Houston Baptist University, and he's an expert on Lord of the Rings, C.S. Lewis, and Tolkien. He does a semester on each. And the one for Lewis is basically all Chronicles of Narnia. They do the apologetic stuff, but then Chronicles. And then they do the Tolkien, a little time on Silmarillion, a little time on The Hobbit, then mostly it's just a semester talking about the Lord of the Rings, which is fantastic.
Did I ever tell you that my first school I went to after high school was HBU?
No.
I went to HBU.
What'd you study? Did you study at all?
Well, what I studied and what actually happened are two totally different things, but I went off to school thinking I wanted to be a doctor, and I was pre-med.
Oh.
Yeah.
And?
It didn't quite work out.
No. Obviously.
Yeah.
Which is lucky for us.
Turns out I'm not as smart as I think I am.
Is it smart or motivated?
I was not
interested.
I didn't apply myself like I should have.
But are you actually interested in medical type stuff?
I mean, when I first went off to college, I was. Then I discovered video editing.
Well, there you go.
And then, which led me to.
Did you
work in
discover video
television.
editing at HBO?
Yeah, I did. I worked in the video department.
Do they have a radio TV department at HBO?
No, what I actually did was, remember, I'm a little older than most people.
Oh, so did they have the picture in front of a candle?
No, I would haul around. So we had these
phone. What do they call that thing where they crank the thing, the record, the something phone, gramophone, whatever it's called? Is that what the department was called?
Yes. No, I had to wheel around like a TV and VCR on a cart, and I would when classes needed to see a video on VHS.
You were the guy. You were trained.
I would wheel this cart with the VCR and
they have the strap
and television from class to class.
And because only you were trained to turn that coax cable. To thread it
so this was back before every room had one of these, and so they had to put in a request. So we had to put them. So between classes, I had a lot of extra time, and
that's funny.
They had a video editing machine in a big library of videotapes.
Did you have to tape film together, or was it VHS?
It was VHS.
VCR to VCR.
Yeah.
Okay. And
well, then the
rest is history. Now you're here.
One thing leads to another, and now I'm on Liquid Lunch.
Yeah.
And not operating on people.
That's probably
the world is much better.
Yeah. Right.
It's a much better place.
You're doing what you were meant to do. We wouldn't have Liquid Lunch if you had not gone through that journey. If you had not wheeled those VCRs into those classrooms.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here. What year was that? Was that pre-2000? Yes. I guess so. That was,
yes.
We had DVD players then.
Yes.
Talking about 80s?
No.
Early 90s.
Yeah, it was early 90s.
Okay.
I'm old.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do the math. Maybe if you were there at the same time as Dr. Marcos, but I don't think you were.
No, 60s, I was not there.
You don't?
Jose.
60s.
Come on.
Yes, Kennedy is in his 60s. It's fine.
You think I was in college in the 60s?
You were born in the 60s.
Well, I wasn't wheeling around
Were
television.
You born in the 60s?
Huh? No, I wasn't born in... Born in the 60s.
You were born in the 70s.
Well, yeah.
74?
I was born in the best decade ever to be born in.
73?
The 70s.
What year? 70? 72.
Let's not talk about this right now.
What year were you born?
Well,
how old are you? I ask this all the time, but
something's gonna happen this year, and it's gonna be big, and all our viewing audience.
You were born
will know,
in 71,
and all our viewing audience will know about it. So
you were born in 71. When's your birthday?
Possibly.
When's your birthday? You just had it not too long ago.
It's not true.
Okay, you just have one coming up. When is it?
It's in June.
Yeah, it's not that long ago.
We're in January.
Yeah.
We're literally 6 months.
Yeah. So I'm right either way. 1871. Yes, Jose, that is exactly right. Kennedy was born in 1871.
Okay. So your math doesn't add up, Jose. I graduated college, by the 60s.
Yeah.
So, 1871.
Yeah, it took him a few times through. He's fine.
1871.
You're one of the Dunedain. That's blessed with long life.
It's the year I was born.
Yeah. You're a ranger from the north. Spring. Right? North of Houston. Like a ranger. You kind of have Aragorn hair. Mm-hmm. You have a sword?
Yes.
Do you? Do you? Do you really have a sword?
No.
You do too.
I don't have a sword, but you know what?
The way you said that, you have a sword. You
I don't have a sword.
You have a blade that's longer than like 9 inches.
I wouldn't call it a blade.
You have a hatchet.
So I don't have a sword, but I'm checking because I do have a flail.
A flail?
Yeah.
What's a flail? I should know this because I'm in the Renaissance group.
You
Renaissance
should know
Festival
what a
group
flail is
on Facebook.
You're failing because you don't know the flail.
I'm flailing about here.
Whatever. You're failing because you don't know a flail.
What?
It's like it's got the short stick with the chain and the 2 spike balls at the end, or 3 or 1, whatever.
Why do you have that? Did you go to the Renfest one year and say, I need one of those?
I mean, why wouldn't you have one of these?
I just have never come across one to consider, should I buy one of those?
Yes, you don't come across it. This is on like one of my trips to Europe. I saw
How did you get it back?
They're not illegal. And
On a plane?
Well,
They don't have on the list of things not to take on a plane. A flail is
okay.
a stick with chain.
Obviously,
and balls,
you're not
spiky
carrying
balls.
on a flail
Yeah,
on the plane.
I hope not.
Yeah, I would take the flail and it would go through the X-ray machine and they would say, "Fail," on the flail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they would know what a flail is? They probably. You know what? I know.
Well, they would see the spike balls and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Ew."
Yeah.
You probably can't take that out. Although, like, if you're on a plane, seriously, you can't do a lot of damage with that because you're not going to be able to swing it. There's no room to actually swing this thing around.
How long is the chain?
Oh, they're like maybe a foot.
You could swing that thing around.
It also
You could go over your head.
It also has 2 balls. No, I could not go over my head.
But if you were on,
Like,
if you're on the inside seat next to the window,
If I'm standing up in an airplane and I pick up my hands, like basically my elbows are touching the roof.
sure.
So I cannot get like a good overhand swing with that.
No, but you could do a sidearm. If you were,
I mean, I could possibly do a sidearm, but it'd be
depends on the plane, right?
those aren't the best weapons.
In a plane.
If you're going to take a
If you're Wesley Snipes
Okay.
saving the day on passenger 57, right? Or if you're Con Air, if you're what's his face? What is his face?
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Put the bunny in the basket box or whatever.
Yeah.
What was his name on that movie? That's another movie I need to watch.
Oh, what's his name? Somebody help me out here.
William
I don't know.
Bradford or something like that.
I don't know.
He was a special forces and he got
a
charged
raw,
with murder. He was wrongfully charged.
He got a raw deal, just
got
like he's one of the A team.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, yeah. So if let's say you're Con Air, because that's more likely than you being passenger 57. You being in jail. But again, you special forces.
Yeah.
Anyway, a flail.
If you were gonna take a middle-aged weapon onto a plane and
Right.
you wanted to cause trouble, I think a flail would be the last thing you take. Maybe a halberd would be like the last thing.
A trebuchet would probably be the last thing
Well,
because you couldn't fit it on there.
you couldn't fit it on there.
But what I'm saying is, let's say you're Con Air,
Yeah.
right? And now you find yourself in the bottom of the plane because things are going awry up top.
Yeah.
And you're looking for the bunny, and then you see somebody come in like John Malkovich comes in or whoever it was that came in.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, I need something to protect myself, and you look, and then lo and behold, you come across luggage that has a flail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would use it to the best.
I
of
don't
your
even.
ability.
I think.
Or would you say, you know what?
I think
That's
you're better off
option
using.
C.
I think you're better off hands instead of a flail. Now, if you're in like a wide open space, say like you're haven't made it on a plane yet, and you're still in like the terminal,
Yeah.
flail all the way.
In the terminal or the hangar for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So if
you could flail till the cows come home.
So if your point break before
Yeah.
they get on the plane
Yeah.
to do the what you call it, the parachute scene. Not even that one, at the end. So they do the parachute scene before.
I think we need to be careful here.
What?
I think we're treading on thin ice.
What?
Talking about taking weapons on the planes.
No, we're saying what you don't do on a plane. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Don't take it on a plane.
Just a quick disclaimer before we get any further. Don't
Right.
ever take any weapons on a plane.
Of course not.
No,
Of course
that's
not.
just dumb.
Yeah.
We're joking around.
What
here.
we're saying is if you found yourself in the plot of a movie, of an action movie from the late to mid 90s, somewhere in that realm, and the bad guys have taken over the plane,
Yeah.
and you were in the luggage hold, and you had to save the day,
Or here, let's
if you came across a flail, how would you best utilize to neutralize the threat?
let's go a different direction here.
Okay.
Say you're on a plane,
Okay.
and then you find all of a sudden, oh shit, this plane has been taken over by snakes.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're tired of all these MF and snakes
Yeah.
on the MF and plane.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then what? Then you don't want to use your handguns, your fists anymore.
Yeah.
So what weapon? A flail.
take out-
I don't think a flail would be good in that case.
No. Yeah, it wouldn't be great, but it's not. You wouldn't say no to it between that and nothing. Otherwise, you're just having to grab snakes. Nobody wants
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're really savvy, and you're just channeling any movie, I would channel Beastmaster and have a couple of, instead of ferrets though, a couple of mongooses. I just let those guys. I'd be like, mongoose go, and let Ricky Ticky Tat or whatever his name is.
Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Is that the name of the
Yeah.
mongoose?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would let him go. That's what I would do. So, Beastmaster. I'd go Beastmaster.
All right, Jose.
Yeah.
No one believes you.
I've seen your guns. I
Yeah,
believe you.
he's on the no-fly list
I've seen it.
because of his arm guns.
Yeah, I've seen it. Mongoose. Okay, that makes sense. Plural for mongoose is mongoose.
So if there is like a big group of mongoose,
Mongoose.
would they be a flock?
Flock of mongoose.
Yeah.
I want to say they'd be like a pride. Mm-hmm. I want to say pride.
No. I'm going to say a murder.
That could be it. Pride, though, because they're majestic animals.
Oh, sorry about that.
We have a ferret. It's kind of like a mongoose.
Yeah, it's like a mongoose except missing out on all the badassness.
That's not
of
true.
a mongoose.
He's got teeth and claws.
Yeah, and he probably. I haven't heard about your ferret. No, your daughter's ferret.
And he just
Is he still around?
French fry.
Has she gotten tired of him yet?
No,
Okay.
he's cool. He's actually kind of grown on me a little bit. As long as we keep the everything clean.
Do you do you guys have to bathe him?
You have to clean his cage and then wash all his bedding, and then you have to give him a bath. You can only give him a bath like once every 2 weeks. Otherwise, it'll dry out his skin. So you have to give him like an oatmeal bath. But he's adorable.
He's spoiled.
He's pretty high maintenance.
Yeah.
You know what else is making me think about being high maintenance?
What?
Trying to get you to pour that next beer. Is this the peach one?
This is the peach one.
This peach saison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Still, though, if you would rather take those chances, Mercy Beers pointed out that a mongoose isn't a lock to beat a snake, but it's better than nothing. A colony of mongoose is what Jose said. Okay, a colony. That's fine.
did you Google that, Jose?
I'm sure he did. He wouldn't just throw something out there just for the sake of throwing something out there. That's not Jose.
Yeah, like gun arms.
That's
His arm guns.
listen. Jose doesn't just throw out things to throw for the sake of throwing things out,
I mean, he's going around saying was born in 1871.
and that's pretty close. So technically, you weren't born then; you were hatched. But whatever. This is let's see if there's any information on their website about their drink menu.
Soaked in peach. So
That's what it's called.
yeah. So Buxton Brewing from Nederland, Texas.
Needle.
Do you know what one of Nederland's claim to fame is?
Is it a famous person or a thing? Like a thing that happened there?
Not a thing that happened.
So like a person?
Not a person either.
They were the Nederland is the first.
I wouldn't say they're like world famous or anything.
Okay. Oh, you're saying like a thing that's there?
Yeah. No, not that's
like
there.
they invented the dip cone or something like that?
Along those lines, but not really.
They were the first to pickle anything in the state of Texas.
No, they...
Hold on. They invented the shoelaces.
No, it's nothing that... Okay.
Hold on.
Think of team sports.
They have never had a WNBA team.
I would say 99.9% of cities in the United States have never had a WNBA team.
Right.
That's true. They have never had a WNBA
Okay.
team.
But that's not what you're
right.
talking about specifically.
No.
All right, hold on.
No.
They have the highest interest rates of savings accounts in the Golden Triangle.
No.
Okay, hold on. They were the first.
Think kids.
They have the most average amount of kids in each household. They all have 2.7 kids in each household, and how they get the 0.7 is a mystery, but they have it.
No.
Okay, what? I give up.
They did not. They did not invent the anklet. They used to have Little League baseball teams that made it to, like the national championships.
The Little League World Series?
Yeah, I think they had a team that made it to the Little League World Series.
Oh, what do you remember when?
I do not.
Okay, well all right. Let's look it up. Are you excited about the Little League World Series this year?
I mean, as excited as I was last year and the year before that.
Okay.
Going just as excited as I was about the Little League World Series 15 years ago.
The Little League World Series
I'm
is fun.
just as excited.
It's fun, but what are we talking about? What town is this?
Nederland, Texas. Nederland, Texas is kind of in between.
How do you spell Nederland?
Nederland. So it's between Beaumont and Port Arthur.
But it's part of the Golden Triangle.
It's part of the Golden Triangle. If you drew lines, Golden Triangle lines, it would be on that line.
Okay.
It wouldn't be in the middle.
Okay. Oh, Little League was on hold this past summer.
I mean, I don't know. They may have dropped off the map. I don't know. But at one point, I remember they were.
Listen, people are excited about Little League in Port Arthur and Nederland, is what I'm seeing online.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It was like one of these small towns that like would make it every year or something,
Okay.
or make it to like the big U.S. tournament.
Okay.
Every year.
Well, I can see how.
I don't know if they still do or not.
I can see how that type of thing for the casual fan, it would fly under the radar because we're so football oriented in this. Katie, by the way, right down the road here, state champs, 6A.
They're state champs like every year.
Yeah, it's been
How's
like
that news?
7 out of 10. I'm just saying they're the mighty Katie.
Mm-hmm. They have people that make it to like professional football all the time.
Well, that's most of Texas. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, way to go! Congratulations, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else around here? I don't know.
I'm sure.
Do we have any information on this beer?
I'll tell you one bit of information. Okay. It's pretty effing good.
I don't see it on their tap wall currently. Oh wait, okay, the mute. That's what we had, right?
Yeah.
2020 U.S. Open Beer Championship gold medal.
Yep.
Traditional farmhouse. 7.1 ABV.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we had. I don't see the peach version.
So
you do get quite a bit of peach.
Yeah, you get a lot of peach. And this,
and considering how long has it been in the can?
I don't know.
It's not on the wall.
I've had it for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still you still got a lot of peaches in here.
They have a gingerbread stout. Plot twist is their stout. We need to have them on. That's what we need to do.
Well, here we go.
Who do we talk to about that? Deck.
Hold on.
On deck, huh? What?
Tom. First of all, Tom, if you're just jumping on, thanks a bunch for these beers.
Oh yeah.
They have made my day.
Yeah. Well, our collectively. Thank you, Tom.
They have Nederland has a windmill dedicated to Tex
Ritter.
Who's Tex Ritter? Should I know who Tex Ritter is?
Yeah, Google him. Y'all Google him. Tex Ritter is the inventor of Little League.
Oh.
And it's, I think, TT. An American country music singer and actor popular from the mid-30s into the 60s. Patriarch of the Ritter acting family. Son, John Ritter.
Oh.
You know John Ritter, right?
So Tex Ritter is John Ritter's father?
Yep.
And they have a windmill dedicated to John Ritter's father.
Yeah.
In Nederland, Texas.
Yep.
Well, I'm there.
Yeah.
I was on the fence about going.
Yeah. Early pioneer of country music.
Uh-huh.
He in 1928, so when you were in high school, you probably remember this, sang on KPRC AM in Houston, Texas. A 30-minute program of mostly cowboy songs. You remember that?
Dude.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's find his songs.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recording industry, radio. Oh, he has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Tom, what's your favorite beer from Buxton?
He's mostly been in movies.
Yeah. What's your favorite beer there? Because this that easy breezy blonde, that was tasty.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Ritter's dad. John Ritter. Is John Ritter the best?
He is. I mean, he is pretty awesome and taken way before his time.
Yeah. Like when you look at
I mean, Three's Company, that was just some quality work.
yes.
Just top notch.
yeah.
I mean, think about it. He's a straight man, but he's acting like a gay man, so he can live with two girls.
Yeah, that's pretty brilliant.
And not only is he living with these two hot ladies, one of them being Suzanne Summers,
Yeah.
he doesn't try to hook up with them constantly.
That we know of.
I mean,
maybe during the show, right?
The self-control involved there.
Think about this though.
Uh-huh.
When I know we just passed the holiday season, so you can't really watch it now. But I didn't watch it this year. I try to give it a little bit of a breather. Bad Santa. Bad Santa, one of the best Christmas movies of all time. Billy Bob, fantastic. What's the little guy with the regular finger, not the sausage finger? When John Ritter's talking about John Ritter as the president of the mall.
Yeah.
And then Bernie Mac as the head of security.
Wow, that is nuts. Like
John
Ritter and Bernie Mac both no longer with us.
But the scene of them together in the office,
Yeah.
where Bernie Mac is smoking and then right into the next cigarette and takes the drag and just takes the whole cigarette down. And then John Ritter's talking about what was going on, about what was going on in the dressing room. You've seen Bad Santa, right?
Yeah.
One of the best scenes in all movies of all time. And he's eating the oranges.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac's eating the oranges. Oh my gosh, those dudes. Bad Santa number 2. That was bad. Not a good movie.
No.
It's not part of. I don't think it's canon.
No.
But Bad Santa, and that's just.
I mean, it's a great movie, but like you got to be careful. Like I wouldn't tell my parents, say, "Hey, have you guys ever watched Bad Santa? You should check it out." Like, I wouldn't tell them.
No, it's super
Bad
crass.
Santa. Yeah, it's.
But
it's not for kids.
No, it's not. But it is deceptively redeeming his character, Billy Bob Thornton's character. It's like he's the worst.
Yeah.
But he ends up redeeming himself at the
Sorta.
end. Yeah, yes, he does.
I mean, he redeems himself, but I mean, the crap he did before that was pretty bad.
Well, sure, but it's one of those movies. It's like it hits you like it's heartwarming out of the blue. You don't expect it to be heartwarming because you're watching like these are the worst individuals ever. But then at the end, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like hits you right in the feels. Yeah, great movie. And that the scenes between John Ritter and Bernie Mac are the best. Yeah. Anyway, people should watch it, but I don't know. Maybe wait till Christmas, unless you've watched. If it's been a couple of seasons since you've watched Bad Santa, give it a go. But
Yeah, that's the movie. Like you when you have all your family's over, all your relatives are over, and all the kids go to sleep, and then you say, now that we got all the kids now that the kids are all asleep, let's watch Bad Santa. And then
I don't want to watch it with my in-laws or my mom. I don't want to watch it with my mom.
No.
I don't want to watch it with my in-laws.
No, I'm thinking.
I want to. Well, not my wife's parents, like my brothers-in-law. Mm-hmm. I would watch it with them, but I don't want to watch it with my mom. No, but yeah, one of the best. I remember the first time I watched it was with my brother-in-law, and we laughed so hard. But anyway, and sometimes I wish I didn't have a filter, so like when my kids ask me about sandwiches, I could go with the line, "What's with you and these sandwiches?" But you can't go full force because that's horribly inappropriate. But anyway, Bad Santa.
You can say, "What's with you and these?"
What's with you and the freaking sandwiches?
Yes.
Man, it just doesn't have the same punch.
What's with
And you
you
gotta
and
have
the
lettuce flying out of
flippin'
your mouth.
sandwiches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have, so can't you see them on my break?
Yeah.
All those lines.
That was. I think that's my favorite. That part of the movie.
Is that's
when he's eating the salad?
that's what's her face, right? Sandy Duncan. Isn't it?
Who comes up? Oh, the mom?
Isn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it is.
I don't know, but he's like eating the salad. This kid's like, "Hey, he said I'm name and he goes, can't you see him on my break?" Just and salad's just flying out of his mouth.
That's not. It can't be her. She's too old.
Oh.
Hold on. Let's find out.
Yep. He's on his break. More of the story is don't interrupt Santa when he's on his break. He wants to eat a salad.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny too. Like, as bad as life decisions that guy's making, he's on his lunch break and he's eating a salad.
Well, of course, you got to stay. You got to be
I mean,
properly fueled. You don't want to. You don't eat too much. Whatever. Yeah. Brent Kelly is Thurman. He's grown up now. He doesn't look. Anyway, let's see. Who is that? I'll have to find out who that was.
I guess. Well, it's a good thing I brought one more.
One more beer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are we? I'm sorry. I've been talking too much about.
That's okay. This beer we've had it on before. Mm-hmm. I forgot that we had it on before, but I'd show a picture of it, but it's like there's literally nothing on it. Oh. It's just.
Is this from New Magnolia?
This is from New Magnolia.
Is this one of the last New Magnolias you got before you moved?
It absolutely was.
The last. Should we go proper Hefeweizen glass? I mean, we're gonna be splitting it, so we don't have to do all that.
No, I don't want to get up. I don't want to move.
Just be honest.
So much work.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's so much work to stand up and walk 5 feet and grab a glass, and I'm giving you less work later on because you don't have to wash another glass.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes after the show, we go all proper glassware. It looks like the girls will come home around 3:00, typically from school.
Yeah.
They walk in like, "What did you do today? Did you have a party while we were at school?" I'm like, "Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Invited all my friends, but it was online."
That's sad.
We all had Texas beers.
Sad that I'm your only friend.
No, I'm saying you're not my only friend.
I know.
You're not. You're not.
Hey, you don't have to justify.
Listen,
you don't have to explain.
My
yourself.
wife likes me. We're friends.
Yeah.
I have other friends.
I'm sure you do.
I hang out with people.
I know you do.
I hung out with Mike not that long ago. A few weeks ago. About 5 weeks ago. Right? That counts.
I don't know. Did you?
Maybe you're my only friend. I have a little, that's fine. You're a good friend. Compared to all the rest of them. All right, so from
You
New
only say that because I bring beer over.
That's true. None of my other friends bring beer over.
Yeah. So this one, New Magnolia, as everyone's heard me talk about New Magnolia time and time again.
Yeah.
Love these beers. This is their, and I should know the name of this one.
I'll look it up.
It's their double Hefeweizen with coconut. And be careful because it is over 7%.
You're being careful?
No, I'm saying like if you were to go out and drink a whole bunch of these, to be careful because it's over 7% alcohol.
Oh. Yeah, but you only gave us half. So that means it's only like 4%.
Your math is a little weird, but yeah. Yeah.
Well,
sure,
I mean,
sure.
it's like you know what I'm saying? You don't get the full amount. You know? Like half a shot of bourbon at 48%. You're only drinking half a shot. It's like drinking a full shot that's only 24%. I'm learning a lot about bourbon. What do you want to know about bourbon or scotch?
I learned a lot about Scotch from last year's,
Renfest?
or I guess 2 years ago now.
It has been 2 years.
Renfest.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Renfest 2018.
yeah. Which no, was it 2018? 19.
No, yeah, you're right. 2019.
Yeah.
2020 was last year.
Listen, it was we did learn a lot there, and that was a good start. But you really have to dig into.
I would have learned a lot more had I been a little more sober when we started with the
with the tour.
yeah, with the Scotch tastings.
Hey, this is Magnolia Brewing. This is a whole other place.
Ooh, that looks fancy.
It does look fancy.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're looking for. Does New Magnolia not have a website?
I don't know. I mean,
They have social sites. They don't have a website.
honestly, why would you have a
Wow.
website at this point?
So you could put.
Does anybody like surf websites anymore?
Yeah.
Everyone's on their
I was just on.
Facebook and
I was just on Buxton's
well, yeah.
because they have one. I'm not on New Magnolias because they have Twitter, they have Instagram, they have Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Untapped, Yelp.
at this point, that's really all you need.
You can stream our show directly from our website.
You can stream our show on YouTube and Facebook.
But what happens when we get censored? Everybody's getting censored now. We're sure to get censored because we're edgy.
Maybe. I mean,
We're super edgy.
We spent a lot of time talking about cocks.
I think that's allowed. I think they're cool with that.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hear about? Okay, let's try this beer. Double Hefeweizen.
Yeah, I've had this beer for. It's probably like.
Has coconut. Did you say they put coconut in it?
Yeah. So this beer, I've probably had it for about 6 weeks now, at least.
All right. So it's not at its peak.
No, but
There's a lot of coconut. A lot of coconut. I'm getting lots of coconut.
yeah, there's a lot of coconut. They told me how much coconut they actually put in this. It wasn't coconut extract either. They actually put coconut in
Actual.
it, and
Did the work.
there was a buttload of coconut in there, and I forget exactly how much, but it is.
You can taste it. It's good.
Yeah. So and also it has like a lot of banana-ness with the hefe, and mixed with that coconut. Man, it is.
Did they
it
open
is good.
ferment this? Do you remember?
Open for? I doubt it.
Okay.
Does anybody do open fermentation here in the Houston area?
Oh, when you said
The-
Houston area, Allstott does open fermentation.
Yeah, and Jester King obviously they do too. But
No, I'm saying Allstott does just for their Hefeweizen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wish I'd taken more pictures when I went. Carlos gave me a tour, gave me and my family a tour. That place is a marvel of technology. It is pristine. It's amazing.
But like with the open fermentation, I would think you'd have to have some kind of old building or something like that to put into.
No,
like,
for Hefeweizens. Where's the book? I got a book.
Or is it just because the Hefeweizens and they're kind of you tend to ferment them at a we're getting the beer talk here. It's not just hobbits and shit. So open fermentation, like
Where's my Hefeweizen book?
I don't know. So I guess because Hefeweizen you ferment at like a higher temperature.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So their open fermentation isn't necessarily to get like the. I mean, they're still using. I mean, they're not using like natural yeast in it. I'm assuming.
Well, no, it's not like a lambic.
So I, every time I hear open fermentation, hey, Philip.
What's up, Philip?
Yeah.
No, okay. So here's what it is, right? So with a Hefeweizen, traditionally, they would have the horizontal big cool ships.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember I've been to.
And they have a real rocky head. Like when it ferments, you get a real what they call a rocky. I don't know what they got. Not trub. What's that called? I forget what they call it. Anyway, speeth something. Anyway, they
Starts with an S.
something. They scoop that off and they keep using it.
Okay.
Like traditionally, they would use that and then keep fermenting. Like they would just use generations of this yeast. But Hefeweizen is such an active fermenter that they would leave it open.
I wonder if one of the reasons why they leave the Hefeweizen open is because it tends to be explosive if you don't.
There's
like if it's got a funnel through like when the gases are escaping, it's got a funnel through like that small hole.
maybe I don't know if live oak does the horizontal fermentation. with the open ferment. But so when you go to Allstott, like the tanks where they do the open fermentation aren't all that big. It looks almost like a spot, like they're all like tiled and it's like old school German style.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're in Fredericksburg, you've got to go to Allstott. It's amazing. One, their food's good, but the architecture of their brewery and everything is amazing. And the beer's great.
Yeah.
There's that. But the opening, like they have a big window, maybe, and it may be for more of a show kind of thing when they're actually fermenting. But I don't know that when they're open to the public. COVID's got this whole thing kind of twisted, right? But it's in the window. So like when you walk into the restaurant, there's a bar there, and then there's a place to get like the merchandise and all that stuff is right at the store.
Yep.
And then you go to the restaurant in the back and the big beer hall to your left, where the band's play and stuff like that. And then you have the courtyard outside. It's right there to the left. You can look through the window and see like the copper fermenters, and you can see the open Hefeweizen fermenters and stuff.
Yeah.
But when it ferments, you get a big rocky look. It almost looks like toasted meringue or something.
So you got to see active fermentation from Allstott and their Hefeweizen. Like it was.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh.
I got to see all the innards. I got to take a tour of the entire brewing area, and this was not long after COVID hit.
Okay.
So it was just like one of the spoiler alert. One of the benefits of doing a podcast when you interview people. I interviewed Craig Rowan for Interbrews, and we did a.
Did he ever lie to you?
No.
And you say, "Why you gotta lie, Craig?"
No.
Okay.
No. But when I went to Fredericksburg, my brother-in-law lives in Fredericksburg. We got to take it was just me and my wife and a couple of my kids, and maybe all my kids were there. And then my father-in-law was there, I think. Anyway, and my brother-in-law.
Yep.
Anyway, he took just us, of course, all masked up, and everything was, spaced out and proper and everything. But we got to go and see the entire deal, like the canning lines, the bottling lines.
Oh, man.
All the brewing equipment, everything that they use.
That would have been awesome.
It is awesome. And it's like the level of technology that they have is just as good as anything that the big guys have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but on top of that, the brewery itself is beautiful.
I mean, I've always heard that somebody sunk a butt ton of money in that brewery.
Yes.
They're doing it right, and it's paying off too, because
well, they make some of the best beer in Texas.
They make great beer, and they're winning awards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that like awards really help. Like,
Sure, it does.
I mean, yeah, just because you win an award doesn't mean like your beer's. I guess it does mean your beer's good, but
Somebody thinks your beer's good.
you could have great beer and like you don't have to enter.
No, it's true.
contest.
I'm saying, yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Like, just because you've won awards doesn't mean it's a great brewery, but it is a great brewery because you got 1, good people, 2, a great facility, 3, people that care about what they're doing, 4, a great location. Fredericksburg. If you've not been to Fredericksburg, and Fredericksburg, not a sponsor of the show, but I recommend everybody go to Fredericksburg. You need to go. I mean, just an awesome place. We're gonna get High Cider. We went there when we were in Fredericksburg over the New Year's. High Cider, fantastic. Tons of breweries, wineries. Garrison Brothers is there. Anyway, great location. So for the weekend, go to Fredericksburg. Go see Allstott, Fredericksburg Brewing Company. There's a few more around, on 290 there as you drive in. I think it was 12 Fox and old 290 Brewery. There's a couple right there.
Hey, Philip, how's your ESB coming along?
I saw the calendar. Where
curious.
did I get that calendar? Was that on Facebook?
I'm curious. Yeah, we post if you go to the Rug Brewers Facebook page, we have like our calendar of beer events list, like our beer contest.
Yeah. Okay.
And ESB.
ESBs are great.
Yeah, it's my first attempt at one. I'm hoping it's good.
Did you try any to like kind of calibrate what you're looking for?
I mean, I've had some.
You need what I like to do.
I mean,
when I've brewed in the past,
yeah,
which I'm going to do again soon. I'm thinking about doing like Fridays.
That just reminds me of something.
What?
All right,
you were supposed to bring the Grainfather.
Yeah, I was,
and you didn't.
Well, just remind me.
When do you work again?
I'll bring it here.
But when
remind me next Monday, and I'll.
Do you work tomorrow?
Yeah,
bring it to work tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring it to work.
It's not that big.
Oh, hold on. So, if I bring it to work tomorrow, are you gonna brew in it before Monday?
Before Monday?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, then I'll bring it Monday, next week.
That's fine. It's fine.
I mean, unless you want to brew before Monday.
I may, but no.
I mean, I'd rather just bring it here than like. haul
I'm
that
actually
thing
more
to
set
work.
up for a 5-gallon batch and to let it ferment and then get ready to keg it. The
Yeah.
only thing I need to keg is CO2. Mm-hmm. So
Well, that's easy.
sure, you just have to go do it.
Yeah.
Which is lately, but for me, has been more.
I mean, do you have a tank?
Yeah.
Well, just give it to me, and next time I go to the grain cell, I'll fill it up for you.
Jules says we should do a show brewing from your garage, and while
Oh man,
brewing
Well,
shows get boring,
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
I will come over and we can brew in your garage.
Yeah.
But to do a show, and Jules, I'll just come over to hang out with you, and we can make Kennedy brew, and you and I can sit there and drink beers and comment.
Yeah,
I'll come hang out with you. And we'll make
honestly,
Kennedy brew, but
oh, Jeff, you're out of beer.
no.
Jeffrey, are you gonna
What does out of beer mean?
are you gonna enter any of these contests? Any of our Rogue Brewers contests?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the best way to do like actual brewing is to edit it.
Edit it down to about a 15-minute.
Or in an hour if you've got interesting commentary like we bring you guys every Monday.
Right. Well, let me say this.
Then maybe you can do an hour.
Here's something I want to do. This weekend, I was going to say this when you asked how the weekend was.
Yeah.
The basketball was like the pinnacle of the emotional side.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest beer things that I did is I got a 6-pack of Live Oak Pills and a 6-pack of H-Town Pills from St. Arnold.
Yeah.
And I had my wife, who is the best ever, pour them into glasses. I was like, I'm going to go in the other room. I want you to pour them. Don't tell me which is which. Put them on the table. I'm going to do a blind side-by-side comparison of these two beers in the glasses, and I'm going to try to guess which one is which. And then that's what I did. I sat down, me at the table, 2 glasses, one with Live Oak Pills, one with H-Town Pills from St. Arnold. Compare, contrast, side by side. And it was really eye-opening. These are both Czech Pilsners, right? Bohemian Pilsners.
Yeah.
It's so different, like remarkably different. Like it makes me think, makes me want to because we just talked to Aaron, about H-Town Pills.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk to Chip about pills, Live Oak Pills. They're very, very, very different. And I think I want to do a video about the two side by side because they're literally, it's one of those things where it's like eye-opening. Like these are the same style, but they are remarkably different.
I think you should, with those two, H-Town Pills, Live Oak Pills, I think you should also throw in some Blue Testament.
That's not the same style.
It's not a Pilsner?
It's a Pilsner, but it's not a Czech Pilsner. It's an American Pilsner with corn.
Oh.
That's why I wouldn't do like Pearl Snap or Hans Pils.
Yeah.
Those are German Pilsners. These are both Czech Pilsners. I was looking around. I think Alamo makes a Czech Pilsner, and I don't know. Maybe there's some other places that do one-off Czech Pilsners. But like even like Spring Pilsner that Southern Star did, most of them are German Pilsners. So if anybody knows of any other Czech like Pilsner Urquell would be one to do alongside it.
Yeah.
Alamo has one. I don't know of anybody
course,
else in Texas.
Yeah, that beer's skunked by the time we get it.
Sometimes, yeah. And they put it on the top shelf too. Yeah. But it's in boxes. I don't know. We'll have to see. If you can find it in cans, they do can it now.
Yeah, Jeffrey says brewing is boring, and I'm assuming Jeffrey mean watching people brew is boring.
Yeah, it's mostly like watching water boil.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's you're sitting around watching the timer, then some action happens for about a minute or two, and then you're sitting around, or you might watch somebody
You need the second brew is what you need.
Yeah.
You need to have already brewed a batch so that you can brew and drink beer and then smoke some ribs or something. And then and you have like a set conversation. That's what you need.
Yeah.
That's what makes a good video. Like I would do this show. I've got a whole like set. I don't know if anybody else does this, but like on Amazon, you make lists of things. I've got a 1-gallon brew like whole setup. I've got a standalone hot plate and a brew in the bag system for 1-gallon batches and a 1-gallon can. I need to buy all that stuff, and then we could do.
No, you got to do 5.
No, you don't
At
have
least
to.
5.
That's too much beer.
No, it's
like you just said, you were my only friend. Who else am I gonna share it
It's
with?
too much beer, but you share it.
I don't have anybody to share with. Nobody
Yeah,
likes me.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Whatever.
Well, I don't like having people around.
You're a likable guy.
I'm likable, but I don't like having people like. You have to bring people over because I'm not bottling it.
You just go on about how like you like to hang out with your neighbors and drink beer in the driveways and stuff.
do.
You're gonna be the most popular guy in
That's true.
Fairfield.
But I don't know if I want that pressure. I'm already the most popular guy on this side of the table, and that's a bit much.
You may be the most popular guy in the room.
Well, like 50% of the people in this room know me the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of pressure. Anyway, what I'm saying is 5 gallons is fine, but I kind of want to get through. Like I want to do a lot of testing of, I want to go with testing different like hops and things like that. That was the whole thing we were doing with Preston. I wanted to do a whole lot of smash beers, same base beer, a lot of different hops. If you do 1 gallon, you get through them pretty quick, and you can test again. And you can brew it again and test it. That's what I want to do. I don't want to just do different styles. I want to get nerdy on it. So anyway, that's been my holdup. I just didn't have
you
that
could
set
do
up.
something like brew like a 5-gallon batch like saison, and then you could like break it up into a bunch of 1-gallon batches and like add fruit to them when
You can do that, but
when
then
you're
I have
fermenting
to.
them.
But what I'm saying is my current setup means that I have to bottle that. I need kegs. I need the 1.5 gallon torpedo kegs. I've got that on my list.
I've got a keg you can borrow.
1 gallon?
No, but 2.5 gallons.
I want 1.5. I want the torpedoes. I want to stack them. I want to put them in my keezer. I want to have taps and get through them.
Well, I have high hopes for you this year. I really feel like you're going to brew beer this year.
I'm going to brew beer this year. I promise you. I'm going to make cider and I'm going to do wine this year.
Hold
too.
on.
Yeah.
Repeat what you just said.
I'm going to brew beer this year.
I want everyone to hear that you said you promise you're going to brew beer this year.
I'm going to brew beer this year. I'm going to make cider and I'm going to do wine.
Well, cider's easy,
I'm going to do wine.
but wine's a little more involved. But
Yeah.
I've seen how you do cider. It's just apple juice and
But you got to do it good.
you can do cider with just apple juice and
Philip heard it. Seltzer. I don't want to do seltzer. Seltzer's fine. I would just do non-alcoholic like Topo Chico knockoff because we drink a lot of Topo Chico.
I don't know, man. It's seltzer. What happened to the hop water? Like that.
It was here for about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, I was here. It was like super popular for a while, and I thought it was going to catch on.
Let me ask you this.
The hop water just kind of disappeared.
A lot of people doing dry January and things like that, which, by the
yeah.
way, I think I'm with Aaron Inkrot and do moderation all the time, right?
Yeah, it's a defeatist attitude. It's
Listen,
dry January.
Philip, wherever Matt is, all you got to do is replay it. Cut the thing. Matt, wherever you are, where's my camera?
Yeah. Hold on. All right, this is especially for Matt.
All right, Matt.
All right, go for
I,
it.
Josh Stewart, of sound mind and body, in the year 2021, am going to brew beer before the end of the year. Nay, before summer. I'm going to brew beer, and I'm going to have photograph and video evidence of said beer. And I'll even share a beer with you, Matt. So rest assured, beer from me is coming. All these books back here, I've read them all. I don't put books on the shelf that I haven't read. And I've read them maybe more than once. So all this up here is coming to here and in here. All right, there we go, Matt. Boom.
All right, so today is the 18th.
How many days do I have until I... How many days do I have to procrastinate before I have to like really jump on it and get to brewing? I love procrastinating. It's my favorite.
Oof.
I love wasting time.
All right.
I love waiting to the last minute.
So
It's like
if
the best.
I bring you the Grainfather next week, which is the 25th,
Okay.
I'm going to give you 1 week to the 1st.
Are you bringing me any grain? Or do I have to go buy it?
Do you want me to?
Do you have just like some 2-row or some Pilsner?
I don't have anything, but
Oh, well, no, I'll go buy it.
but our Rogue Brewers meeting is on the 29th.
Oh, and then you need it then?
Well, I'll be in the grain. I'll be at the grain cellar, and I can get.
If I give you money, you can pick me up just a bag. You know what I need? I need a big bag.
just give me a list, and you can. We'll settle up later.
I want a big bag of base malt.
Uh-huh.
And then just some hops and the yeast. Well, we can do dry. You know what? Maybe just some. What is it? The SAF 05 or whatever. Just the ale yeast.
So you won't be able to even get ingredients until I go get them.
No, I can go get them. I just don't want to.
Okay.
I can do it.
I mean, I'm there. I'm probably gonna get ingredients next
And it has
time I
nothing
go
to do
there.
with not one. I want to see Preston. I
Yeah.
want to see. I wish Preston lived next door. That's how much I love Preston.
he doesn't live too far from you,
I know.
so he lives a lot closer than
$60 for a sack of 2. How many 5-gallon batches is that?
$60 for a sack. What is that? A 50-pound bag of 2 rows? Only $60?
How much? Okay, so I guess
Huh.
well, I don't have a mill. I'd have to get it pre-ground. Is it like is ground
Oh
is
man,
grinding your grain? Is that like coffee? Like the flavor starts to diminish?
Mike just
Do you ever,
gave away a mill
why?
because he didn't want it.
Why?
I don't know because I think he has another one. No, I just mill all my grains at the grain the grain cellar. Plus, it's that's the fun part of like when you're buying grain, you measure out all your grain.
And watch it
You
get
get a
ground.
big,
You smell it.
and then it smells so good when you just dump it in the mill and you grind it. Yeah,
It's good. I mean, I grind my own coffee
Yeah.
every morning.
yeah.
It's that. Anyway, okay. No, I'm gonna brew beer this year. Not even just this year. In the next month. How about that?
All right. So I'll bring you the grain. Do you know how to use the grain father?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I've watched videos. Listen, I nerd out on stuff like that.
Okay.
I know how to like
All right.
I should probably watch more videos on my A10 Mini over here, so I know how to key things in the downstream versus the upstream.
Yeah.
But I watched probably 20 hours of videos before I ever bought this thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I know the Grainfather. They're out of New Zealand, right?
Oh mate.
They're out of New Zealand, right? Not Australia.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I think you're right. It is New Zealand.
Yeah.
Neutral yeast, he would go with Omega Lutra.
What?
Lutra.
Huh?
I'm talking about.
Yeast?
Yeah.
I think I just want to go with the old school, the 05. Safal, whatever it's called, in the red, or pinkish red. Isn't that the Safal 5? 05-05?
Oh, it's a Kvike yeast.
Kvik.
Kvik.
Kvek.
Kvek yeast. Yeah.
Where's Adam when you need him?
Yeah.
Proper English. Kvek. I don't want to do Kvek. I want to do just straight up ale yeast, just the old school.
Huffing and puffing. Was that huffing
You do.
and puffing?
You can't help it.
Yeah.
I say a lot, and you do the huffing and puffing.
I don't even notice I do that.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'll be damned.
No, Lutra is a game. Are you talking about the Quebec? What flavors does it? Like, okay, so all I want to do is I really did want to do. I did want when we were doing all the stuff with Preston with the single, like we did the Southern Cross. What else did we do? We did the.
We did
what was
the cat piss one.
What was that? Simcoe.
Yeah, Simcoe.
We did Simcoe.
Yeah.
Did we get to try that? The Simcoe?
Was that the one that exploded on my computer?
I don't remember.
Yeah, actually, I think we did like a couple that we never even tried.
Yeah, I just wanted like there are so many hops. I just want to like dig into hops. You know, like I grew hops in my backyard one time. Did you know that? Ever tell you that?
Well, that's impressive. You can get them to grow here in Texas.
They grow really well up front, but then you hit the hot season,
Yeah, they probably all
and they
die.
get fried.
Yeah.
But you can. I had Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, and I had one other.
You had enough hops to make yourself a pretty nice West Coast IPA there.
Well, no, I had variety. I don't know that I had enough hops. I probably had enough to do like maybe a 5-gallon batch. Maybe. Because the first year they don't really produce that much. Then they kind of, the problem with hops is if you're looking to make your backyard look good, like my backyard looks good. Mm-hmm. I have jasmine along the back fence. And so in about a month and a half or 2 months, it's all going to be white flowers, like Minute Maid Park.
Yeah.
And it just smells like perfume. It's amazing.
Like the jasmine in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. And so that happens, and then your backyard smells amazing, and then your lemon tree blossoms right after those are starting to wane a bit. Your Meyer lemon with the purple and the white blossoms, and that smells amazing. So you just stand outside and smell, and you're like, oh, I need to pick up all the dog poo. I'm taking big whiffs now.
Jeffrey, I have a question for you. If you have a 60-pound, a sack of 2-row for $60.
How much was that? He said $60
$60 for a sack.
for a sack. How many 5-gallon
I think it's like
batches?
50 or 55 pounds. Anyway, how long is that sack going to last you? And how are you storing that sack?
How many 5-gallon batches is that? Is the question.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
If you're just doing like a 5%, 5.5%.
Yeah, I'm betting.
Smash beer.
Yeah, I'm betting that's like 4 batches of beer.
Okay.
If you're doing,
So 200 gallons of beer.
yeah.
Okay. What if you're doing so if you're doing 1 gallon batches, you're probably going to lose a little.
But you're never going to brew a beer with just 2-row.
Why not? That's what smash beer is, right? Single malt, single hop.
Yeah, I understand the smash
Or would
beer,
you want
but
to use Pilsner instead?
I don't know. I think you would need like some specialty grains.
Not for a smash beer.
I don't know.
That goes against the
All
rule.
right, Jeffrey, another question for you.
New message.
Have you brewed a beer with just 2-row?
10 pounds per batch, maybe. So five batches.
Yeah.
Maybe like the last one would be a little light.
10 pounds a batch it's going to be kind of a light beer.
That's what I want.
But it's going to be super light.
You can brew a Pils with just 2-row.
Oh.
Do you have to triple hop it?
Yeah, but then you got to lager it, and so I don't.
Dog food containers.
Yeah.
I'm fine with lagering. I do want some ales going,
Uh-huh.
but I don't mind lagering.
Okay.
And Pilsners are so good. But I would want to use Pilsner malt.
Yeah, those dog food containers. Yeah, a lot of people use those.
With the screw on top.
Yeah,
Well, they
yeah.
keep it closed. 100% Pilsner and Lutra yeast is what he's saying. Quebec, is that what you're saying?
But how long are these? Like, if you bought like a big bag of 2-row, how you kept it in the dog food container, how long would that last?
Ground or not? Or milled or pre-milled?
I
I
guess.
bet pre-milled would probably last longer.
Yeah, pre-milled.
And as long as it's airtight,
Okay.
I bet it would last quite a while.
Well, I guess it also like temperature comes into play there. Like you kept it in your garage, it gets like hot AF in your garage.
No, I would keep it in the laundry room, even
Yeah.
though it'd still get hot in there with the dryer. But yeah, not as bad as the AC, right? So I'll probably keep my grains.
Let's just say temperature controlled bag of how long?
How much is the cost of Pilsner versus 2-row? Is it pretty comparable, or is Pilsner a little more because it's imported? That's the question. Low humidity. We keep our house cold.
Long time.
We keep our house cold.
Long time.
Like, are you cold
long
right now?
time over the no, not at all.
We
So,
don't, we
like,
don't turn our heater on.
So if I just happen to keep my bag of 2-row inside and it's about 70% zero humidity because it's inside.
Yeah.
Like how long do you think that would last? Would it last over like 3 or 4 months?
You just left? Yeah, I would let. Yeah. If you
Okay.
put it in a freezer, you can put your grains in the freezer. I've seen
Well,
seen Preston do that, I believe.
No, he doesn't keep grain in the
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen somebody had grains in a freezer.
Maybe.
Like they had a little bit left over, and so to keep help it to keep.
I think I'm gonna buy a bag of 2-row,
Do it.
but then I'm gonna need a mill.
Can I do a shout out to a YouTube channel real quick?
Sure. Why are you asking me? You can do what you want.
Well, these guys are.
I've never stopped you from doing anything.
That's true. You probably should have, but you haven't. These guys are out of Austin. Speaking of bourbon, this is way off the cuff and way. Is this my guys? Let me see. Is this them? Yeah, Whiskey Tribe. They have a lot of subscribers. They don't really need a shout out from us. But if you want to see us, did you know whiskey and bourbon has sommeliers, whiskey sommeliers?
Yeah, I'm sure. Every alcoholic beverage probably has like some specialty expert.
Well,
like,
they're called-
I bet like even wine coolers has like a specialty expert.
The Partles and James sommelier. But anyway, like how we're Cicerone is the beer equivalent of sommelier. I guess you could be a beer sommelier. I think that's a European thing. But
Philip, are you milling your own? I didn't know you milled,
anyway,
milled your own grains.
Whiskey Tribe. They're out of Austin,
Yeah.
and they do a whole bunch of whiskey, Scotch, bourbon tastings, and they make really good videos. And they seem like super likable guys, and it's very approachable. It's not pretentious at all, but they're super. You can tell they're super into it, and when you watch it, it's infectious. It makes you want to drink bourbon, and bourbon is great. I love beer. I'll always be a beer guy.
Yeah.
But bourbon, Scotch, listen, if that's your drink, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Of
good.
course.
It's good. I mean, I get wine too, and even cider, obviously, and mead. I get it all. But bourbon, there's something about bourbon.
No, I mean, if you're into something, yeah.
It starts with beer, technically. They even call it beer when they're making it.
Yeah. It's just from what I understand, like the distilling is basically the same as making beer, except you just do it over.
Well, you make a beer and then you distill, and then you have whiskey, technically. You just don't add any hops, right? So you do the mash, and that's why it's sour mash, is you get a lot of that lactobacillus and stuff like that when they're open fermentation.
Yeah.
You didn't get to go with us to what was it? Big Thicket Distilling that was up in Conroe or Spring area. They've closed since. But if you're ever like, if you're at Whitmeyer's or MKT over in Katy, what's close to you? Whitmeyer's is probably the closest to you. I think they're looking at, well, anyway.
Anaconda malt liquor.
Anyway, they call it, but you basically you grind your grain, corn, rye, barley, wheat, whatever. They grind it really fine though, finer than you would do for beer. But they call it beer because then you steep it. You have your mash, add your yeast, and then if it gets sour or whatever, it's fine. Yeah, the distillery in Humble is Old Humble Distillery, I believe. Yep. And MKT is in Katy. Yellow Rose, of course, is I think the OG here in the Houston area. Whitmeyer's is over by Willowbrook. They're awesome. Travis is a really great dude.
Don't forget Eighth Wonder Distilling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't tried their stuff yet, but see, that's the thing. Distilling, making bourbon, bourbon takes, I think, 4 years minimum. So it's like you almost have to open a brewery and then do distilling, get the license for distilling and kind of do that in the background, but sell beer until you're ready to sell bourbon. Anyway. Yeah.
That's nuts. Like, man, opening a distillery that just does bourbon has got to be nuts because
Super expensive, right?
Yeah, because you're opening it. You open and you're not going to have your product for 4 years.
But mostly like 7.
Yeah.
4 is the minimum.
Yeah.
But 7, if you're doing bourbon, it's got to be 7.
I mean, if you're opening a brand new one, you want your product on the market as soon as possible.
Hi, there's Ryan. Are you about to leave? Are you about to leave? Okay. We got to work out. We just got a gymnastics workout.
Oh.
So she's getting ready for that.
Do you got to go?
I don't have to go.
Oh.
That's why we have to do carpool. Carpool's amazing.
Oh. Oh, is this the one that you know what? I didn't have the message that somebody takes Kelly brings home.
Yeah.
I didn't have that message today.
That's because that was on Thursdays.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you need to take me off the list for the Thursday liquid lunch notifications.
Because we don't do that. I'll just switch the day.
Yeah.
There was part of me, I sat down today. We had not talked basically in a week. I was like, I wonder if he even remembers that we're doing a show today. I should probably have messaged him this weekend to talk about what we're going to talk about. Because I had this whole thing. I wanted to talk about the Live Oak H-Town Pills comparison. I was like, no, I'll just do a separate video for that one. But I also had this whole bit. I wanted to talk about Luvitra or Humira or whatever it's called. It's the you've seen the commercial with the band they're playing, and the lead singer has Crohn's disease, and she has to go poop all the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's why she's leaving in that commercial?
Yeah, because she has Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
We were after church on Sunday. We went to get lunch, and we went to Moe's and got a couple beers and burgers and things like that. Yellow Rose is what I had.
That's funny.
What?
Right after church, you go and drink beers.
Yeah, it's lunch.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. Like I remember when I was brought up, like after church, my parents wouldn't go and drink beers.
Well, they didn't have Yellow Rose.
No, that's
they didn't have Long Pint Yellow Rose.
True.
Right? If they had Yellow Rose, they might go have a beer and
we went
a
to
burger.
We went to K-Bob Steakhouse, or
I grew up in a dry county. We went to Grant's place. It was a buffet. You wouldn't do a buffet now. We're in Coronaville, right? So you can't do buffets anymore. It's
and that's probably like out of the many things that coronavirus has given us.
The death of the buffet.
The death of the buffet is probably like the one of the, it's. I mean, it's not the most sad. People have died, and that's probably the most sad. Well, that's the most sad. But
I mean, if it's somebody you went to a buffet with every day.
But like the fact that we are losing buffets in general.
Buffets are gone.
Buffets are gone.
Can you do buffets anymore?
That is sad.
Yeah.
That is just absolutely sad. No, there's still buffets, but like now they have to all these restaurants that normally had buffets, they have to hire some people. I mean, people's job are just like they stand at the buffets and they serve you. Yeah. You pick out what you want and they give it to you.
It's turned into a
so now like there's somebody there, but
cafeteria.
Like the days of like the old school buffets, they're gone.
Can we be honest though?
They're gone.
It's probably a good thing. When I was a kid, I would stick my finger into stuff and try it.
I mean, I've done that too.
Yeah, of course.
So like
buffets are gross.
Or like with the pizza buffets, like I go in and like
use your hand
and like go in and grab a piece of pizza, but So I grab my piece of
But it
slice.
doesn't come apart.
And doesn't come across. So you
Yeah.
grab the adjacent slice of pizza and you pull them apart.
Here's my prediction.
And like, currently I'm pretty good about washing my hands. And maybe not so much when I was a kid, but not everyone is.
Well, there's a different, okay, so Jeffrey says the Chinese buffet next to Grain Cellar is still booming, which is good. Right,
That
good
place
for them.
is always booming.
Have you ever eaten there?
I've never eaten there. I'm not gonna eat there,
Why?
but
I bet it's good. We should go to the Grain Cellar. We should go to the Grain Cellar to fuel up the Grain Father. But we should go and check it out. I mean, if that many people, they can't be wrong. That many people can't be wrong. When in the history of the world, have a whole bunch of people saying the same thing ever been wrong? Never.
yeah, okay.
Right? That's never happened.
Never happened.
That's never happened. Anyway, let's go
storm Capitol Hill.
Dude,
Yeah,
listen.
ooh, that's a great idea.
When a bunch of people think something's a good idea, that's like the best sign to say that that's a good idea. That's how humanity works. That's why, whatever. So anyway, we should try it. But what I'm going to say is Chinese buffet is different than pizza buffets. That pizza, you eat with your hands.
Yeah.
You hold a slice of pizza in your hand, and if it doesn't come apart because maybe they had a dull slicer or whatever, or the guy was less motivated or whatever, he was just going real fast, or she. I don't want to label all the people, but you use a big long spoon for Chinese buffet.
Hold on, or them,
them,
because not everyone identifies as a male or a female.
Sometimes people identify as multiple people. Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes there are
identify as multiple.
There's
I'm a group.
The classification is now to about 50 things that people can identify as.
What if you identify as multiple people? Can you take the HOV lane by yourself? But you wouldn't be by yourself. You just say I identify as multiple people. That's a thing to think about. But anyway, what I was going to say is the difference between a Chinese buffet and a pizza buffet. Chinese buffets almost always have long spoons, like when you're homebrew, like a homebrew, like big stainless spoon, right?
Yeah.
Way cleaner than your typical pizza buffet.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you got the breathing shields, the spit shields.
Well, if you're wearing a mask too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what buffets need to do. Sneeze guard.
Yeah.
Yet also face mask. Then take your breath away from the buffet, and we can save buffets. So even when we get the cure to COVID 100%, right? Like whatever it is that we have to get to cure COVID and all the other things, you still would want a mask when you go to a buffet, or you want everybody else to. When I go to a buffet, I'm pretentious enough to think I'm fine, but everybody else needs to have a mask. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I wash my hands every time. I always wash my hands after I poop.
Most of the time, yeah.
But not everybody does.
That's true.
Yeah.
We know people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody does. But I'm just saying, your breath. You don't want any. People don't need to be breathing.
No, every time you like literally like this area right here.
Yeah.
It's just full of my DNA right now.
Oh yeah, we could totally clone you from that.
Yeah. This right here is.
The goal is to dull your plosives.
Yeah.
Right. Your P's and your T's.
No, every time you talk, every syllable you make that comes out of your mouth, a little bit of saliva comes out. That's that's the fact. That happens to everyone.
That's the way God made us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But saying if we ever needed to clone you, that would be a good place to start.
That and my couch cushion.
What?
I'm just kidding.
How many hours have you talked into that?
Way more than I should have.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
When you think about how many shows we've done in this studio, yeah, it's a lot.
And think about at some point maybe our these guards have swapped.
No.
So there's a possibility maybe this is
They have not.
multiple DNAs mixed
together.
together.
There's been other people talk on that mic. This is the only me.
But I don't touch this. I don't think I've ever made actual physical contact with the foam part, the material part of this this thing.
But it catches it. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, Chinese buffet. We should just go get some 2-row and go eat some Chinese food. Why not?
I mean, I have wondered about that place because it is always packed.
People know.
When it's open, it is packed.
Yeah.
Just packed.
Yeah. People know. Don't ask questions. If people are there, that means it's good. Like I said, when lots of people have an idea, that automatically means it's a good idea. So every single time. I mean, without fail.
So I'm curious. Do you still? It's a buffet, but I bet it's not serve yourself anymore.
Who knows?
I bet there's people there. You pick what you want, and they put like a spoonful on your plate.
Philip says it's not the greatest. He's eaten there a few times, but you've eaten there more than once, which means it's not the worst. See, it's telling. It's implied in your statement. It's not the greatest, but he's eaten there several times, which means it's not so bad that you wouldn't eat
Or he's been at the grain cellar. He's had
a few beers.
Maybe one or two mini beers, and he's gotten hungry.
Yeah,
and everything looks good at that point.
Well, yes, but if it was off, if it tasted like dirt, even in your most like uninhibited state.
Man, I really want Chinese food right now. Oh man, I could use some kung pao.
Buffet is French for serve yourself, is what Jose said.
Yeah. So what is your favorite? You go to a Chinese buffet, you have like this buffet, and there's all the dishes out.
Yeah.
And they said you can only have one, just one,
just the one,
one dish, one Chinese dish at a buffet.
Now, as an adult, as an adult, probably like Mongolian beef or beef and broccoli, something like that.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
But we had this place.
I'm going with the kung pao. Kung pao chicken.
That's spicy though, right?
Yeah, it's a little spicy. Yeah.
I like it.
The kung pao orange chicken is good too.
We had a place called China Garden back in the day.
I think everybody in the entire United States, there was a neighborhood with a China Garden.
Well, whatever. But anyway, they had a really cute waitress, and she would always smile. And so, but they also had the best egg rolls, and the pon chicken.
Yeah,
was like, it wasn't orange chicken. It wasn't sweet and sour chicken. It was kind of this in between honey, kind of glazed pon chicken.
So
super good.
I eat at like Panda Express about once every 2 years.
Okay.
And orange chicken.
Yeah.
By far is the best thing at Panda Express.
Spring roll or egg roll?
Egg roll.
Me too.
For sure.
Okay.
Spring roll, because the spring rolls there are not going to be good.
I'm never going to turn down a spring roll.
No, spring rolls are good,
but
if you go to like a good like Vietnamese place or something like that.
Yeah.
But like at a all-you-can-eat buffet, the spring rolls. This is my first time to say it today, so are shit.
Spring rolls?
Yeah.
All of them?
No, at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not always.
It's like sushi. Like like when you go to all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet and they have sushi there, that sushi's going to be crap.
Okay. Philip, that's inappropriate, but true. Probably true. But I still eat
like
them.
filled condom. Yeah.
I'd still eat them, though.
I mean,
I'm not going to turn them down. If that's all you got, I'm eating them.
Yeah.
I'm eating them.
They used to, over off of like kind of close to 11 Below.
On 249?
Yeah, there used to
just
be
north of 1960.
Yeah, there used to be like this. Actually, south of 1960, there used to be this all-you-can-eat sushi buffet.
Oh, sushi! But there's a Chinese buffet like Star China or something like that, just north of 249. I was gonna say it's a buffet.
Yeah,
and we went there years ago. We used to live over there, and this is long before 11 Below opened up. But we went there one day, and I think I'd mowed the yard earlier that day. When I was off, like weird days, like Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that. So we went there to eat lunch. I'd mowed the yard earlier that day. And I was super, super thirsty, so I kept drinking tea, like unsweet tea. And she finally, the waitress, she goes, "You drink like camel." It's like, it was the funniest thing. Like, she told me I was basically a camel. I didn't think to ask 1 or 2 humps. But anyway. Question. I'm actually going to have to cross a precipice here because
we're also out of beer.
We're out of beer, and I had 2 cups of coffee and didn't tinkle before the show.
Yeah, I tinkled before the show, and I got to tinkle again.
Okay, so I'm just now up against my limit.
Okay.
I'm like, how can I channel enough to get through until 2? But we
don't need to.
We don't. Yeah, we're not hemmed in by stuff.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we don't have to prove anything to anybody.
No.
All right. Well, we'll close here. Hey, Jose, Philip, who else we got? Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Adam. Who else do we have on today? A whole bunch of people.
Misty and Tom jumped on for a little bit.
Yeah, Tom. Thank you so much for the beers. Yeah. Buxton Brewing. If anybody can get word to them, fantastic beers. That peach saison, we didn't say much about it, but it was super peachy. Super peachy, super saison. Who doesn't like that? The saison, delicious. The blonde was fantastic. Brock McRock, thank you. As I almost burped McRock. Jules, how's it going? Hey, Jules.
I forgot to say.
I already did it for you.
Oh man,
All right. She's fine.
she's probably not watching right now. But
I gave her a wink. It's all good.
yeah,
And then all the lessons we learned today. Don't say Edo. Nobody says that, Kennedy. Bad Santa, one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time.
yep.
And Lord of the Rings, just greatest book / movie / story / thing we can ever do. We should probably do a whole show with just Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to hit the thing. We're going to do the thing. So anyway, second Monday show turned out really good, Kennedy.
Yeah, I wish we could get that guy to the HBU guy to like drink beers and talk.
I don't know that he's going to drink beers, but
Well, then
he'll come in. But he's amazing.
Maybe, but
Dr. Louis Marcos.
Yeah.
Check him out on YouTube. Check out that episode of Interbrews. And join us right here next week on Monday for more Liquid Lunch. And I am going to brew. That is, you did hear that right. And Kennedy will be back. And all that. Bye, everybody. See ya. Have a great week.
Preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.